Hey, it's MK, and I am here for a Woodgrain and Winter layout for you guys, and I'm also playing along with Day 1's SAR style Advent calendar, so I'm super excited to share with you guys how I turn this super cute travel embellishment into a wintry Christmas embellishment, I guess. So we actually love to use a NORAD tracking system to see Santa flying over the United States. It's a super cute, I want to say AI or digital image going across what looks like Google Earth. It's really cool to me. I also like playing along with Google's Santa tracker because all month long there's games and things for the kids to play with to help the elves get the packages ready, to build snowmen, create your own little elf, things like that. And so it's super fun for the kids to hang out and enjoy Christmas all that much more because they feel like they're helping Santa with their presents. And then, of course, on the 24th, the tracker starts. It's a little bit more cartoony, more than the NORAD one is, but it's still super fun. They say he starts in Russia and then works all his way over into our territory and whatnot. So it's really neat to see the path that he actually takes and whatnot. So I'm just sharing with you guys all the fun stuff, the goodies and things like that I picked out that I'm not really sure if I'm going to use. I don't know what's going on. I like to pick choices just in case this idea doesn't work. Like I like this Here Comes Santa sticker, but I don't know if it will work with my embellishment that's from the Advent calendar. So I picked out another one that says, Believe in the Magic. And then from P13, I have this adorable stripe paper. I am a sucker for stripes, you guys. I really, really am, especially Christmas stripes. Oh, my stars. And then I have these scallops. They are pre-cut, almost like pull apart things from a Close to My Heart kit. And then I wasn't sure if the stripes were going to be enough red, so I pulled out this plaid red that I don't know where it's from, you guys. I've got this adorable Santa paper that I got from my paper exchange at the Carson house. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to use this paper. And then brand new from Vicky Booten, I have the Mistletoe and Memories paper. This is actually the only paper I picked up. Yes, I am attempting to do super, super good, you guys. I want to use all of my Christmas stuff that I have before I go out and buy more. So I bought a few things from the Mistletoe and Memory collection. I think I got the puffy stickers, the rub-ons, and this piece of paper. Yes, this piece of paper. Actually, I think I have 6 of these pieces of paper because that wood grain is fabulous. All right, so off camera, I went and I trimmed out my photos, you guys. Super boring. It's a lot of footage that I didn't think you guys would want to see, but basically all I'm doing is taking off a 16th inch around all of my borders because for some reason, my printer does not print my picture exactly in the middle. So my left side and my bottom border are bigger than my right and my top border. And so it drives me nuts. So I just trim off on all 4 sides. So that way it looks the same all the way around. And sometimes I mess up and I have to put my own border on it because I cut too close. Okay, so once I get a design that I really, really like, make sure that Santa's all going into my layout as opposed to flying off my page. And then, of course, I just took a screenshot of what the NORAD tracker app looks like when you first open it up. And it'll look like that all the way up until midnight on the December 24th. So yes, you do have to kind of sort of wait, but it's really cool because up at the top, it'll tell you where, like that little blue strip that's at the top of most of my videos, it'll tell you where he is going, how many minutes or seconds it takes for him to just fly right by. And then over on the right, it says how many presents he has already delivered. And so by the time this one here, the large horizontal one is actually him flying over Salt Lake, which I thought was pretty cool. And it already says that he's already delivered like 7 billion presents. It is so cool just to watch those numbers go up and up and up and up. And then his little reindeer are moving across like they're actually, like galloping across the sky and whatnot. It is just a super cute app. Whoever came up with it is fabulous. I can't believe that this was my very first time ever like documenting the fact that, we don't stay up all night watching him. In fact, I've never actually seen him go over Nevada. I really haven't. There are YouTubers that will just turn it on and record it all night long. So that way, if you missed it, you can watch it. And that is basically where I picked out my pictures, is from the YouTuber, because by the time he gets to even Utah, because he doesn't go in a straight line, like all the way across and then all the way back and then all the way across. He actually goes in a zigzag up and down the globe. And I don't know if that is because of the time zones or whatnot. I have no idea what his flight pattern is or anything, but it is just super cute, super inventive, you guys, and super fun for kids these days, because they're all about the digital, right? Kids these days are definitely all about, the screens and whatnot. And so to see this it's pretty cool. I'm sorry. I think it's the neatest thing ever. All right. So, I am just hanging out and figuring out what I want to do. I figured out how I want my photos to go across the layout. And then I decided that I was going to divide my page and put the wood grain down at the bottom. And then I wanted to maximize the use of this adorable Santa paper, you guys, because it's hard to find a cute Santa paper. It really is. Either they look, I don't know, either they just don't look right, they look scary, or they just don't have it for me. So when I find a super cute Santa, and I know this one is a little bit more of a cartoony Santa, but then again, so is the digital image of this particular Santa flying across. He is a little on the cartoony side. But I like real Santa papers. And so when I find a real Santa paper that I really, really like, I snatch one up so that way I can use it. But for this one, I knew as soon as I saw it in whoever's pile it was that I picked it up, because somebody tried to tell me, oh, there's two. And I was like, I don't need two. I only need the one, because I knew exactly what I was going to use this paper for as soon as I snatched it out of the little tray that it was sitting in. And here it is. I finally get to use this paper, and it is so cute, you guys. And yes, there were other papers that went with it. Yes, there was. And it's so cute how the girls, especially the ones, we were at two separate little tables. And then, of course, when you're sitting next to somebody, people are kind of eyeballing, like side glancing at you. What papers are you picking out during the paper exchange is what I'm just automatically talking about. And so they kind of see, and the gal that was standing next to me, because we were at a high top table, and it was much easier to stand. The gal that was standing next to me, she's seen that I pulled this paper out, and there were other papers of the same collection. And she tried to, just in case you didn't see it, here it is, because it is, Joni timed us that we only had so much time to go through all the papers, and then it's time to move on, you're done, which was good, because there was one, a lot of paper, but for two, it kept us on track instead of us visiting and talking and whatnot. And so the gal sitting next to me just wanted to make sure that I did not miss out on something that I might have wanted to miss out, which was very nice of her. It really was. But, it was just the Santa paper. That was the only paper that I truly, really wanted, because I knew exactly what I was going to use it for. And it was crazy too, because I picked out other papers for the exact same reason. I knew exactly what I was going to use them for, and they were perfect, especially the Oriental papers that I picked up for the Oriental grill place. I don't know what it's called, you guys. Himuki. Anyways, they're crazy people flipping food on a griddle, and it's Oriental. So it's great. It's super great. Okay, so I decided that my border, my wood grain paper needed something else because there was something missing between the scallop and the wood grain. And so I had this twine just hanging out in my Christmas box, or it's my winter organizer, basically. I don't really call it Christmas, even though 95% of it probably is Christmas. But I do also like to use it for winter photos, even though our winter lasts well into March and possibly April, sometimes all the way up till July. It just depends. And yes, I have seen it last all the way up because I got super excited that maybe I might have snow on my birthday. And then, of course, for the 4th of July, it snowed, but then it went away for the fireworks. Like, really? That's just not fair. And it never came back. And legit, we've had some really dry winters where we don't see any snow. It's just cold and miserable, and we see frost in the morning because things freeze. But after that, we just really don't get to see much snow. And then, of course, there are other winters where it just dumps on us and we can't even keep it up. And the kids get so many snow days. They are just super happy. Okay, so between the two red pieces, my red plaid and my red stripes, I, of course, went with the red stripes because those are my all-time favorite. And I don't know why. I think it's got to probably do with the candy cane or something. That I just always reach for a good red stripe during Christmas. I really do. They're very classy. They look good. I can use a little 1/4-inch strip down a page and it's just absolutely perfect. My striped paper does last me a long time, but when I see one in a shop or in a collection and it's sold individually, I pick up at least 2 sheets, you guys, because I really do love me a good striped paper for Christmas. Okay, so I've got some circles drawn, and I knew that they were going to go off the page, so I didn't bother doing a whole circle and then cutting it because I don't want to waste my red striped paper, really. And I got to be honest, I probably only have 3 sheets of red striped paper in my stash at this very moment. So yes, I did not want to waste my red striped paper. Just being honest, I don't have a whole lot. So anyways, I did know that I was going to have them going off the page, so I went ahead and made all my circles go off the page. And now I am just trying to figure out where I want my other circles. This one, I wasn't sure exactly how big I wanted it, so I wanted to make it bigger than what I needed it because I can always trim off more. I can't always add things back. Yes, I can, but for this particular one, because it's cut in a circle, I can't always add them back. So once I figured out placement, I'm going to pull out my embellishments. I love these little embellishments here. These poinsettias were fussy cut from a 49 and Market collection. I want to say, I can't even remember what the collection is. And then some of them are from, no, I think they're all. I think some are fussy cut and then some are from the laser section of that same collection. And then the ones that I put back were Simple Stories and then a few acrylic pieces that are from my shop that I definitely knew I was not going to use. I'm going to pull off the Here Comes Santa because I really think that that's the great title for that. I debated about breaking my wood piece in half. So that way I can make it wider than what it was. And I thought, no, I don't want to do that. I just really don't. And I'm not even sure that is where I want it. And then I pulled out this flare, which is the reason I pulled it out in the first place, is because I was hoping the flare was going to be just wide enough to cover up the little words that say, let's do this. They still would have worked. Like, Here Comes Santa, let's do this. That still would have worked with the entire layout. But I feel like with those words, they definitely gave a travel feel. Not that Santa's not traveling, but they definitely gave that feel of, I'm a travel piece, I don't really belong on this page. So I needed to incorporate it somehow. And this wintry little geotag was perfect. It fit exactly where I needed it to fit. It covered up exactly what I needed it to cover up. And now the piece fits in my layout. It almost feels like it's two pieces because I have a globe over here and a cute little airplane over here. But it works. It really, really does. And I'm super excited. Okay, so I distressed the edges on my striped piece because my layout was feeling a little flat. Yes, I do have the twine, but it is feeling a little bit flat because all I have right now is paper glued to paper and pictures glued to paper, and that's it. So I needed to add a little bit of something, and adding the little distressing tool is absolutely perfect, in my opinion, because it adds a little bit of bulk without adding a lot of bulk. I know I say this every time. I sound like a broken record, you guys. I have these cute little felt little pieces from the advent calendar that I picked up, I want to say in 2021 from Pear Tree Cut Files. She does about 3 different advent calendars. I don't know if she still does this many advent calendars, but she has a cut file advent calendar, which is cool because it comes in pre-cut and digital. Then she also has a flare. That was one of the ones I noticed this year, is that she had a flare one. So it's every day you get a piece of flare. And then I know I say the word flare a lot, like you guys don't know what a flare is. And then she has the bits and pieces advent calendar. And so I picked one up because I wanted to see what it was about. I usually do this, you guys. I usually grab somebody else's advent calendar, especially if it's a crafty advent calendar, to just see what it's about. I really do. And so I grabbed this one this year. I really loved the fact that I was able to open up a cute little gifty every day along with my cute little gifty every day, and then mix it up. My problem with the advent calendars is they're all Christmas related. Now, if you are doing a December daily, that is perfect because then you open up your calendar and you have an ornament, and then your daily can go off of what your little not ornament, your embellishment is. And I think that is absolutely perfect if you do a December daily. For me, it's too many Christmas related items. It really, really is. And so I thought, yeah, that was just, they were super cute. I'm not going to say great quality. Everything is great. It's just, to me, that's too much Christmas. It's too many pieces, 24 items that you are getting that is possibly Christmas related. So anyways, but I did enjoy getting them, and I've been using them ever since. I really have. I think I'm down to maybe 4 elements left from that advent calendar that I have not used. So super stoked about that one. And like I said, it just took me a long time to use them up because I don't do a December daily. Okay, you guys, so I finished off my adorable little circle pieces with some poinsettias and holly, and then of course a cute, and I did add another deer flare because why not? It's about the deer too, right? And then I found some tiny word stickers from another Simple Stories sticker book that I am still working with. Again, I think I've been using this for about 3 years now too, but it works. It really does. I just can't use it all in 1 year, honestly. So that is my layout for today. I absolutely loved incorporating this little travel element piece into my Christmas layout. I really, really did enjoy this because at first I thought, well, do I want to make 2 layouts? Do I want to do my Woodgrain and Winter assignment? And then do I also want to make another layout sharing my advent calendar piece with with you guys? And I thought, no, I think this will work. I really do. So it was super fun creating this. Thanks again. Don't forget to check out Janet Fritz's channel because she is playing along with me with Woodgrain and Winter and the advent calendar. She's also coming in a couple days, a month or a couple days throughout the month to share with this advent calendar with you guys and how she is going to be using the advent calendar, whether she mixes it up with Woodgrain and Winter or whether she is just going to create a layout showing you guys how she incorporates the advent calendar piece into her project. All right. Again, thank you so much, you guys. I really, truly appreciate you guys hanging out with me today, and I will check you guys all later. Bye.